Even before starting today's journey, I had a good feeling concerning the mushrooms. There are various reports of a lot of them, especially one certain kind popping out all the way, all over the places. And just as I parked my car, this awaited for me next to it. So I have a feeling this is a very good time. I had, I've been searching for mushrooms for quite some time, and never was I as optimistic as today. I just had this gut feeling I am going to find something, and take a look. Look at these beauties. Can you imagine this? So this is the parasol mushroom. You can identify it is true parasol because it has these tigery, let's say, stem. Shaky parasols and some other that might or might not be edible depending on how you are sensitive to it. They don't have these stripes. So the ring should be movable. It is. It's a bit it's a bit gone off. It's very damp. You know, as I'm touching it, it's like touching a huge sponge. And there is another one over here. I will check them out. You can see it already broke. I can imagine it's from all the dampness. It just simply cannot hold anymore, and it is starting to break apart because it's so damp. But I have this little guy over here. So this is how it looks like when it's young. You can see it does look a bit different. I will take it. And usually I'm not too fond of picking very nice nutty flavor. Not picking these young ones. But in this case, this one is the only one that will be edible. So that's not too gone off. That's not too damp and already rotting almost in a way. So yeah, that is one nice mushroom over there. And some acorns again. I will bring them with me, like the last time, to put them somewhere. Even though, again, oak trees are very prevalent, so I think they are quite helping themselves quite a bit. No need for any human intervention. But you know, it just feels nice to do something like that. Plant a tree somewhere, maybe. And when I die, maybe somewhere there will be trees still standing that I once threw away while I was walking. Would be happy if that is the case. Not that anybody needs to know I planted them. It's just a nice feeling. I think I will start planting random trees around. Yeah, let's go. Let's move off. So the skies are, as you can see, very, very aggressive looking, and that deters of other people who might come to pick mushrooms, which is nice. So the youth is still waking up after Halloween parties. The old are visiting graves of their ancestors because today is the day when you remember your ancestors and your dead ones. And my ancestors, I mean, I visit them almost every weekend and I often think about them. So for me, every day is pretty much appreciation of ancestry and dead family members. I quite often think about them, actually. But okay, enough about that day. Let's move along further, and let's see what nature has in store for us. As I said, I'm very optimistic, and I hope that was not just beginner's luck, that first mushroom I got. So in the evening there is a storm coming. I was checking out the radars, and the forecast is very serious. So I even decided not to go to work, to the office actually, just work from home these 2 days, because I think there is something serious coming up in terms of wind gusts and a lot of rain. I will make sure to see if I can maybe record something, if it will be very fun. I had a lot of fun driving the other day. It's as if I was more swimming than driving to get to my destination. But yeah, today, before shit hits the fan, I need to arrive to my destination, and that is the sinkhole, the biggest sinkhole in the region. I see the mushroom all the way from here. So skip this beginning of the grassland, and almost near that edge where trees start, there is one big standing mushroom. I think it is parasol mushroom. Let's check it out. There are two, I think. I have eagle's eye for mushrooms, really. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, it's three. It's three of them. Well. The beauty of nature. Right here. Let's take one. See some small flies inside. And what is interesting, there's some kind of sap on them. Yeah, nice nutty flavor. See these tigery parts on the stems. It looks very healthy. Looks nice. Bringing it with me. Actually, I don't have reason not to bring all of them with me. But let me take a few photos, and I will think about it and then make a decision. There is an interesting specimen over here. Don't know what it is. It seems like it's another macrolepiota or lepiota or something. It does not have those crusts on the cap, so it's suspicious to me. I'm not sure what it is, and I will let it be. And we have another set of mushrooms. See, told you I'm optimistic. Over here. Not sure what they are. I don't see the bulbs, or maybe they are too deep. As I said, not sure what they are. For me means letting them go, unless I want to identify them, and even then I take only a few of them. Be careful not to mix with the other ones, and I will let you two be. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not that hungry. Few of the parasols will be pretty enough just to have a nice taste, to, make my day today. not want to gather more than I can eat this same day. So I'm getting home and immediately I will fry them with some flour, some butter, and we'll see. Now, since we are on the good track and it seems luck is following us, let's move on further. So foraging today is at the bottom of the largest sinkhole in the region, and I really hope one day soon I will gather the energy to buy a drone and to examine it, and for you to have better images of how everything looks. Because this way, for some things, especially hill forts, you know, hilltops and all those places, I really cannot show you the beauty of them without the drone and without the footage from the skies. So I'm going to do it very soon, unfortunately not today, but be prepared for it. I think I have a better way to get there. As you can see, grass is pretty tall. I think I will have to add my protection for the legs up to my knee, just in case I stumble upon some shrubs or some snakes or something. Weather has been too warm for this part of the year, and snakes can still be seen. They are also confused by it. It's because the southern wind, my favorite kind of wind, has been blowing for quite some time and bringing up the warmth from the North Africa or Italy, parts of Italy. Tiny little brown mushrooms, or in this case little ochre mushrooms. Always having hard time identifying those. Here it is. Our raven friends are also here, as you can hear. Didn't bring anything for them, fortunately. They have a nest. Right behind this sinkhole there is a smaller one. I had a special video only for them. If you are interested, look it up. It's called The Search for Two Ravens. And there is definitely one older couple that's always together, so two ravens. But I think I've seen some, let's say, teenagers as well. So it's a whole family. A very interesting story about their nest there in the cliffs, because at first there were ravens, then a flock of pigeons apparently was moved them away from that place. I don't know how a pigeon can move away a flock of ravens, but okay. Anyway, then jays came and they took the nest, and now again I confirmed that ravens have returned. So it makes sense, I think, when you think about it. Ravens are the strongest ones. Okay, let's see what will be at the bottom. I need to go all the way down. I don't think you can grasp the size of it just by looking at the footage, because everything is very steep. This entire part that I'm showing is like almost 80 degrees or 75 degrees. It's very, very steep. The only way I can try to get to the bottom is on this side where I'm standing, because this looks a bit more convenient. But if at any point I figure I'm in danger or it's too steep or anything, I'll just stop at some point and turn back. Would love to get to the bottom though, because there is a legend that if you do a certain ritual at the bottom of this sinkhole, you become invisible. Now, I don't know how invisibility would be good for me at this point. Like, what would I use it for? I don't know. I don't have any use case really for it, but let's try. I don't even know what should I do, what kind of ritual. But hey, we are here to figure it out. You know, the more I'm looking at this, how steep it is, and how dense vegetation seems to be there where the trees finally start, the more I'm closer to a point that I will give up. But before I give up or decide on anything, being very careful, where am I standing? I seen a snail here. Yeah, don't want to step on it. Sometimes, unfortunately, you can't see everything. You can't just constantly be careful of every single step you're making in great detail. But it comes somehow natural to me, so I would say that almost all the time I'm covering every single step I make. Oh, let's see, what do we have here? Hello! Very happy for them. Very happy that I got them. I'm not even sure if they will be edible, you know. More often than not, they actually are full of worms or just too gone off or whatever the use case might be here. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy it. The idea that actually I found some and be happy. Do you want some? It's flying right above my head. No, not really, but almost. I think if it would poop, it will fall right down on my face, or mushrooms. I don't know which is worse. You know, I tried hard for those mushrooms. These are the first, let's say, worthy mushrooms I found this year. Beautiful. There is two of them. They're a couple. They are long. I think they're monogamous. So they spend many years together till they die. Okay, enough about that. Pessimism, I think. And I won't be mentioning that anymore today. I think it's enough. For now, I will just take something to drink and fill my energy up, you know, a bit, and think about the plans. What am I going to do with my plans to go to the bottom of the sinkhole? Will it happen or not? We'll see. My friends from the southern regions just informed me that rain is falling. So I think it will come here soon. I'm right on the path to it. And it comes from the south. I have equipment that will help me, but still, I would prefer to get it done with before the rains. I guess we'll see. I've never seen something quite like this. It's a huge falcon. I think it's hunting something, or is it is irritated for some way. Hear it. Maybe it's fighting the ravens. Maybe this is the part of the ritual to be invisible. It's too far away. I will zoom in, unfortunately. It won't look that good. But it's a beautiful sight here, looking at live. You know, these large ones can be dangerous to animals, even a bit larger ones. I think some cats can also be hunted by them. Hunted by them, not haunted. I think Halloween is still in my head. I'm not too happy because it rains, but I must say it's beautiful. It even looks beautiful over the sinkhole. Look at it. Again, I don't know if camera will catch it well, but it really does look beautiful. It's a pretty rain. I don't know how else to explain it. It feels nice. The drops are not too big. It's just this constant slow pouring that's calming, and then when it hits the leaves, it's a nice feeling. So the rain stopped a bit, as I expected. I also expect it will start soon again. I have a feeling this is one of those days, but what is the most important is I am back by the evening, because when it starts in the evening, it will be a bit worse. It won't stop, and in the forecast they say it will be a lot of it for a few days. But anyway, I'm going as further as I can, being very careful. So I am moving pretty much slow as a snail, almost. I don't think I will get to the bottom. What is interesting about the sinkholes is the soil inside is very, how do you say it? I'm missing the word here. It's high quality soil for planting things. It's fertile, yes. And it's because a lot of, as the time goes, a lot of organic material and stuff is being poured down inside the sinkhole. Sometimes inside the sinkholes there will be ponds, depending on what is at the bottom and for how long water can stay there, of course. I'm not sure what is at the bottom of this one. I only know that apparently there is that legend you can become invisible. Maybe there is some kind of another sinkhole or something where you fall down and then you die. So in a way you are invisible, because only your soul remains after that. Anyway, the rocks are also interesting here. In prehistory, the sinkholes were, because of the fertile soil inside, they were quite often used for planting things. Of course, talking about a period when agriculture was a thing, not prior to that. It is also known that sometimes it was even used to an extent as refuge. But I don't think it's so much from other people, maybe from wild animals more so. It was also used as a place to hide livestock in, because it is easy, you know, to make fence around it and to sort of protect it from the elements. I don't think, didn't mean from the elements, but from the things that might want to come inside, like wolves, some predatory animals, and maybe even more than all of that, they were actually just a way to keep livestock in place so it does not roam around. Another use cases that are also recorded, but I didn't examine this exact region. Sometimes they were used for some ritualistic purposes, as you can hear. I already mentioned one legend that is coming from medieval times about invisibility, and who knows what other legends there are, and maybe this legend was brought down, you know, from one generation to another, and it comes from much earlier time than the medieval times. Again, who knows? It's really those are some of the things you can never examine. You can only wonder about it, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I will move a lot from this point on. See, first of all, it's very uncomfortable to walk here. It's dangerous a bit, second of all. And lastly, I don't think I will find any mushrooms here. But let's take a look at something I've seen, just to enjoy the beauty of things a bit. Moving slowly. This is one of the worst terrains, really, you can walk upon, honestly. Look at these rocks. I wanted to go near this part where everything is sort of orangey reddish in color. I don't know if I will catch it good on camera, but it looks beautiful. It is like from a postcard of November. So if you are making calendars with your photos, you can take a screenshot of this. Look at this. It's beautiful, much more beautiful than the camera will ever catch, but never mind. Too far away because I'm recording in wide angle, but this area is beautiful and very steep. That part is much steeper than the one I'm standing on, and the one I'm standing on pretty much ends here. So after this point everything is much steeper. 70 degrees I would say, or something like that, and I don't think I will risk it. If I was with somebody, it would be a whole different story. But right now, you know, not really. So unfortunately, I imagined this day and this video as a video about visiting the bottom of the sinkhole and finding some interesting stuff there, but it won't be it. So I will not focus on the sinkhole at all. We'll focus on the parasol mushrooms I found. And yeah, that's about it. Hang out. I will hang out just for some... What is this? Some sort of mushrooms, having no idea what they are. Oh, it's it's a steep climb. I feel like I'm on a mountain somewhere, really, but I'm not. So imagine if this is the least steep part, how hard would it be if I went on the even steeper ones? I'm not even sure if I would be able to go out. I would have to crawl on four, I almost said 4 legs. I don't have 4 legs, I think. Beautiful. Well, I think I will put my raincoat away because I don't think I really need it. And let's see if something interesting comes up, we'll record it. If not, moving slowly back home and make use of those mushrooms that I got.